Hey, we got the Minefield guy, AJ Zeglin, joining us here this morning. I got some tunes walking him in the door. And before we get into the visualization segment, I know Marty, I know John, I know myself. Last time AJ was here, he exited the show. He was on his way towards Legs Day. And I know
that's it. Going to work on making those deep cheeks one rep at a time. I was going to ask Jay, how did that go, brother? Did you get a little deeper? Did you get some deep? Did you get them deeper?
We want to know the question, Zeglin.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I added some depth to those cheeks that day.
Nice.
There was some high emphasis on some glute dominant movements in the gym there on that leg day. So it was helping the cause.
It was helping the cause. AJ Zeglin, Minefield expert here, hanging out with us this morning, talking deep cheeks. And most importantly, we're talking visualization today. And AJ, let's get right into it, man. We got businessmen, we got athletes, we got business athletes watching who want to level up their mental game. Our show, morning show, getting up, battling that mindset, that idea of, oh, do I want to get on with my day? Do I want to hit the snooze button? Oh, I got so many things to do today. I don't know how I can get through my day. Oh man, it's Halloween today. There's a box of chocolate over there. I don't know what the hell to do. So AJ, give us an overview of visualization, and not the woo stuff. No, not that woo stuff, but the real techniques and science that create the real results for the men listening right now. Zeglin.
Yeah, so I guess in simplest terms, visualization is actually a couple ways it works. One is it can help to lower our stress, right? When we talk about living in the future all the time, we talk about that anxiety, that nervousness, right? And we talk about being mindful and living in the present. So when we're able to take ourselves there to a future outcome that we want to achieve, to a place that we haven't been yet, and we visualize ourselves there being successful in it, and we make it very real, it can lower the overall stress of that situation. It can reduce our anxiety when we're thinking about that situation on what we're trying to achieve, whatever. The key in there is making it real. If there's one visualization tip that I could give to people, it's make it as real as possible. So engage all your senses. So what are you seeing? What are you hearing? What are you smelling? What can you feel in your hands? What can you, right? It has to be real for us to get the benefit of it, right?
It's powerful.
It's different than dreaming, right? It's not like I'm just going to sit here and close my eyes and I'm like, oh yeah, I'm now the richest man in the world and I'm blah, 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 and all this stuff, right? I don't have any like context on that to make it real enough for myself. But if I'm thinking, hey, I'm an athlete, I want to perform well at this game that I have coming up tonight, I have a lot of experience in that arena. I know what my dressing room looks like. I know the smells in my dressing room. I know how I prepare. I know what my skates are going to sound like when I step on the ice. We need that context. We need that ability to make it real and believable for us to really gain an advantage from it.
I just got to jump. It's so good, brother. So good. Because it's like our brains, our minds don't really understand the difference between if it's actually physically acted out or if you're just mentally living it out. So for like me, with my challenges and disability in terms of dyslexia and all the shit that I went through as a kid, I realized that I'm not good at the first time I do something. So I'm going to mentally act that out as many times as I need to, where I'm going to know that I can do that because I can feel if I'm acting out in my head and I'm getting all fucking twitchy, that means my brain is dumping cortisol. And I got to keep doing, okay, let's do it again. And I'll live through that as many times as I need to, where I can get into that situation and I've got a calm about me. That's one of the things that I really taught myself. I could be in one of the 40 seconds before I walk out, say in the Tokyo Dome with 50,000 people. I've got myself like crazy calm. It's whoa, okay, I'm in my space because I've gone through that so many times. And for people that don't understand that, just realize your brain does not know the difference between you doing what AJ said. Is you've got to make sure the detail is there. You create the reality through the detail, and you can act that out as many times as you need to feel comfortable. So when you do it physically the first time, your brains knows exactly what to do.
Marty.
I'm right there with you. Sorry, I'm gonna be honest. I was looking at Tina's message with the in the gym segment. I don't know any of this stuff. I'm sorry. So I was looking the stuff up. I was not paying attention.
So Marty, so it's going to put you on the spot though, brother.
I love the honesty there, brother. Love that honesty.
Yeah, I'm just gonna be honest with you.
Yeah, that's beautiful.
I love that, because let's go back with AJ and what he's talking about, visualization. Successful D1 athlete. And you've talked about your struggles on the bench, talked about playing a role player. You've talked about your journey as an athlete. Talk about how visualization was part of your journey to being a successful athlete.
It's got to be part of your journey. Nobody gets to success without seeing it first or without believing it first. And visualization is part of that. So you got to have a specific goal, right? So if let's say my issue is I want to get off of the bench. So what am I going to do? Am I going to play defense? Am I going to focus on hitting shots? Am I going to take the most charges? Those are things I had to focus on. I had to see myself doing that. And I had to watch the other team's patterns. I had to watch, all right, which player is going to put his shoulder down and run me over so I can get a charge, so I can create some momentum for the team. But visualization is the same in business. It's the same with your family, with anything. You got to have a concrete goal before you make it happen.
AJ, I like how you talked about all the senses, because I use visualization in business, and I've talked about it with Christina and my colleagues in the past. In business, I like to, and I find, especially as we age, AJ, we've talked about this before, Johnny, when we age, we can start feeling time. Like, I know what September feels like when the kids go back to school. I know what hockey season feels like. I know what spring, when June feels like. And it's easy to start, quote unquote, feeling time. I love doing sessions with my team going, okay, it's actually already January 1st, 2025. What have we accomplished instead of what are we going to accomplish? And I find that simple mindset, AJ, of acting like it's already happened, that visualization technique, instead of how I'm going to make it happen, is very helpful for me. Can you lean into that for a second, AJ?
Yeah, it's exactly what all you guys have been saying, right? Our brain doesn't know the difference. Our mind doesn't know the difference if we've actually physically been there or if we've just thought about being there, right? Even once we've been somewhere, our only recollection of ever being there and experiencing it is just our thoughts in our mind, right? And our memories and our connections to the senses and what we were seeing and thinking and feeling and hearing and touching and stuff in all those moments, right? So we can create that, and we want to practice that, right, on a daily basis. This is what we're talking about here is a learned skill. So anything that's a skill gets better when we get reps and reps and reps, right? Yes. So if I only waited until the biggest game of the year to practice visualization, how am I going to get good at it? Like, there's only one game of the year that's the biggest game of the year, right? So I'm getting to practice once a year. I need the opportunity to practice this stuff on a daily basis. So your visualizations don't have to be some crazy grand thing. To go to what Marty was saying there, it's not, we're not dreaming, right? He was visualizing the next step. You're seeing the next step, right? So there's a process to that. He wasn't talking about all of a sudden he's getting carried off the floor winning an NBA championship.
Hey, Marty, is AJ breaking up?
No, I think you're messing up, Keith.
Am I messing perfect up? Yeah, we got AJ. We got you perfect.
So see, Marty wasn't saying, hey, I'm visualizing myself going off the floor as an NBA champion. He was like, what do I got to do to get off the bench? Like, how do I hit that next shot? How do I take that next? When you're visualizing like that, like you're just seeing the next step. We don't want to skip a million steps and we're just dreaming about some far off thing that seems so unrealistic that we can't even truly believe that we've been there, that we can do it. But if you're on the bench and you're visualizing yourself getting on the floor and just hitting that next shot, that's a very reasonable, practical next step. And that's an important piece about it too. We're just visualizing the next step.
That's really good, brother. That's really good, because I never even recognize that. When I do this, I am always literally visualize, like I visualize my day. It literally, I close my eyes and I just know, okay, I'm doing this, then I'm doing this. And the challenging parts, I'm going to go into the detail. And so every day, and I never quite realized what you said, but I never really am visualizing something that's much outside of today.
Right.
Go ahead, Marty.
I wanted to add something to what AJ said, because I never thought about that, about the visualization. That's like, you said something like that's close to getting an actual rep. And I noticed that, like, when I have a goal that I'm focused on and I'm like something I really want to get done really bad, when I get there, like I'm not even surprised or I'm not excited because it's like I felt like I did it already, even though I wasn't there yet. So that kind of lines up right with what you're saying. I never thought about it like that.
And in that daily practice, what Jon was just saying there, that's exactly it. I'll work with groups of people, and I think they're surprised because I'll tell them like, hey, here's how you practice it, make it a learned skill. You're going to get up in the morning, get your feet on the floor as fast as possible. So let's say you're even sitting up in bed, feet on the floor, and then visualize yourself. You could think that you have nothing important going on that day. That's okay. See it anyway. So I'm going to the grocery store. Yeah. I'm walking in the grocery store. I'm going to visualize. I got my list. I'm going to hold the door open for the people behind me, and everyone that I meet there, I'm going to give them a nice smile and say hello. I'm going to find all my stuff. When I get to the checkout, I'm going to have this be super friendly to the person checking out my groceries. So, I just see myself being successful, finding all the stuff I need. Everyone that crosses my path that day, I'm going to provide a positive experience. They're going to be like, wow, I crossed that gentleman's path today. He was so polite. He was so friendly. And it doesn't seem like a big deal, but again, we're just getting reps. We're practicing that skill. And the better we get at seeing that and bringing the reality to it with all our senses and detail to it, then when we need it in the big moments and the big things come up, that skill is going to be more deeply ingrained. It's going to be a sharper skill that we have to utilize in those big moments, right? But we could practice it, like Jon was just saying, on a daily basis with things that are even, we might think are really small. Like, why do I need to visualize to get up and go to school today? That's okay. Do it anyway. Or why do I got to visualize to go to my job that I've been doing every day for the last 15 years? I know what I'm doing. That's okay. Do it anyway. Just practice, right?
On that level, brother, what I remind myself is sometimes it's doing the stuff I might do. I really need to visualize my workout. Do I really need to visualize this meeting? Blah, blah, blah. I'm basically creating a roadmap for my body to execute, because mentally I know what I got to do, but physically am I going to get it done? Once I've created that mental roadmap, all my body's got to do is follow the recipe.
It's interesting, Johnny, to hear you say that, because as I'm listening to you guys speak and I'm really paying attention to AJ right now, I think I maybe come to the terms. I think visualization has been part of the secret to my success. I do it every single day. I love it. And because to me, visualization is routine. As I'm listening to you talk, AJ, I really believe it's actually been a big part of my success, because every single day when I wake up, I feel like I talk with Tina about it. It's like being like a visionary, but I feel like I can see tomorrow. I feel like I can see how Saturday is going to feel. Like I literally feel that in my body. Yeah. And I'm just listening to you talk. I'm creating that awareness around it. It's a great, fascinating conversation, which I know we can continue with here. Johnny, before we wrap up.
Yeah, I just got to say that you're so correct. A lot of times, most successful people visualize they know it or not. Just for a tip for people here, one of the things that I do in my visualization is at night is I visualize the stuff I'm going to do tomorrow. So I'm excited to do it. It makes it easier to get up at 3 o'clock. It makes it easier to do the hard things because I visualized it. I'm excited to do it. And when you want to do something, and you can create a lot of positive associations with your visualization. So it's something that you want to do. So you can make visualization something that really is like obviously, let's say it's a roadmap, but it also creates the feeling of a want because you've done it in a positive way. Man, I can't wait to do this. I know that once I get done with XYZ, that's going to feel so good. And I can't wait for that feeling. And you can prime yourself to where you want to do tomorrow, which makes it easier to do a lot of the shit that we talk about on the show.
And you can bring visualization into your house, right? It's often when I'm got to go for a run, I'm like, fuck, I hate having to go for a run. But then I know how I'm going to feel when I get into the shower. I start thinking about that, which makes me enjoy the run. Or if I know I'm going to go make my wife live a year longer, I'm like, okay, I know how that's going to feel. So I'm going to go get after it. So
I visualize that all the time.
Me too. I know. I'm like, okay, I'm thinking about like 9 o'clock tonight. I just visualize. And okay, if I can get to 9 o'clock, my wife can live a little longer. Zeglin, hey, Johnny, AJ, we're teaching Marty something every day, man. Marty's gonna have the best when Marty's a wife. She's gonna be the best wife ever because Marty's gonna know all the secrets.
Yeah. I know I don't have a wife yet, but I still do some visualization for nighttime too.
I love it. AJ Zeglin, Mind Fuel, every single Tuesday and Thursday, having really great conversations around how to move your mind forward, how to adapt a mindset as a business athlete. AJ, in a minute or less, as we wrap this up, give Nation something to hang on to, around visualization today. Great topic today, AJ Zeglin.
Yeah, so just put it to practice.
Yeah.
Just start, right? There's no perfect way to do it. Don't worry about doing it wrong. Just start, okay? And start with even the smallest thing and make it as real as possible. You're familiar with your 5 senses. Make sure in that short visualization that you engage every single one of them.
Yes. Let's talk more visualization in the future, because I think it's a topic easily taken for granted, but so powerful, because visualization equals routine. Routine equals visualization. Routine visualization equals success. It's really as simple as that.
I can tell you, Keith, from knowing you for so long now and witness to a whole bunch of stuff that you've accomplished, you use it all the time, even maybe sometimes unconsciously. But
yes,
I guarantee that when you were getting ready to climb Kilimanjaro, you had already climbed it 100 different times before you actually got there. You know what I mean? I could tell by the conversations we had, the way you approached it every day in the gym, the way you set up your structure on how far you were going to walk and what you were going to be wearing and what, like,
I was wearing boots during my practicing.
Totally. Like you made it as real as possible anytime that you could. And yeah, I've witnessed you use visualization for your success numerous times. I know you're actually really great at it.
I appreciate that, man. I appreciate it. Hey, guys, nation, AJ Zeglin changed my life, and he can change yours. Connect with them on LinkedIn, connect with them on Instagram, and connect with him every Tuesday and Thursday here in the lab. But we got the coach coming up here. AJ,
coach.
AJ, can you hang around for Reloaded? You got to rock and roll, buddy.
AJ got to go.
I'm in the gym again today, man. I got to get back in there.
You go get it, brother. We appreciate you. We'll see you later.
Thank you, AJ.
Thank you, guys.
Appreciate it, AJ.
All right.